air mass is a large body of air whose physical properties more or less uniform in horizontal direction. This is a proper scientific definition of an air mass. Okay. A large body of air whose physical properties are more or less uniform at horizontal direction. This is very important one. In horizontal direction, its physical properties. Normally the size of the air mass, it may be around 1000, 1500, 2000 or maybe 3000 kilometers of a diameter or maybe a width and the breadth. Okay, we cannot fix the shape, it may be a circular, it may be in different conditions. We cannot be fixed geographical conditions for that, shapes for that. So it may be in any shape. So approximately it can be size of a continent, something like over a Greenland or maybe Antarctica or Arctic Ocean, such a very big, huge size. That size is having a physical character almost in uniform condition, almost in uniform level. The air molecules, so we have a millions of air molecules on the atmosphere, right? Air molecules. These air molecules, if they become some similar character, they combine to form a smaller air parcels. Air parcels. It may be smaller in the size. It may be smaller. Okay, air parcel. It's an air parcel. Okay. This air parcel size, it may be size of Anna Nagar. Size of Anna Nagar. Due to high temperature, air raised and suddenly bring a rainfall of 10 minutes. A smaller air pocket or maybe air parcel raised. Okay, this is called air parcel. So all the areas on Anna Nagar have a similar temperature, similar character. So they formed a union. It's an air parcel. Next, the air parcels are combined to form, become air block. They become air block. Air block, it may be the size of a whole Chennai city or southern Tamilnadu. Okay, here southern Tamilnadu. Suddenly it may be size of a Tamilnadu. Air block. So such a little bit bigger in the size. So all the air parcels come to form air block. A complete air block will have a similar character. If these air blocks combine to form air mass, it's called as an air mass. It's a huge in the size. So it may be 2000, 3000 kilometers of a size. Got it? This is air mass. It means the air mass, complete air mass will have a similar character and it forms an unium. It's a system. It moves as such. We cannot break it. It has to move a go. A single system of move icon. That's why it's called as an air mass. So if the air mass want to move, we need a stronger energy to push it. Normally these air masses move along with the primary wind systems, Bestellis, Polaricellis. They push it to move further. I said during the Polaricellis discussion, Polaricellis will carry polar air masses towards temperate, bring severe cold. And I said jet stream carry the polar air mass towards the temperate to bring polar vortex. You got it? What is air masses? The air masses have a uniform character. They formed a union. Wherever it goes, they control entire weather condition. It's called air masses. Wait பண்ணீங்கன்னா பாயாசம் வரும். Yes, there's a physical characteristics. Okay. So when you draw a picture, just for example, if I draw a picture, no, I will make a little bigger one. Okay. Just imagine it's a rectangular, that is cuboid shape of air mass. If the air mass, if you check the entire physical characteristics, for example, you take a temperature. Temperature in the entire width is maybe 2000 kilometers, we can keep it 2000 kilometers, and the total width is maybe 500 kilometers, just for example, 500 kilometers or 1500, and the height may be around 6 kilometers. It may be 6 kilometers. Okay. If you check the temperature on the ground, if suppose it is at 20 degrees Celsius or maybe 30 degrees Celsius, and throughout the ground, entire the 2000 kilometers of length and breadth, on the ground it must have 30 degrees Celsius. There is no change in the temperature, 30, 30, 30 everywhere. And if you move 1 kilometer high altitude, it goes up, temperature may vary. We cannot be similar because moving away from the ground, it may be vary. Suppose it is 25 degrees Celsius, everywhere if you go 1 kilometer of altitude, it must be 25 kilometers, 25 degrees Celsius. Further up, 20, 20, 20, like that. And the horizontal direction, it have a similar characteristics, but it cannot be having a uniform same weather in vertical direction. It is not possible to have it, but it will have a uniform rate of change in vertical direction. Suppose if you are having in this location, we are having a 5 degrees changes, here also we must have 5 degrees, here also we have 5 degrees change. Okay, so uniform values in horizontal direction and uniform rate of change in vertical direction. So this is called as air mass. It means it's a union, it's having a uniform character of throughout the length and breadth of it. Yes, similar rate of uniform rate of change in vertical direction. Okay, just imagine if you want to have a larger air mass, the air mass will form over the surface. The surface should have a uniform, that homogeneous surface. It must be a homogeneous surface. What is mean a homogeneous surface? It will be a similar. It should be a land. It will be a land. Ocean will be an ocean. There should not be change of ocean and land. It should be homogeneous surface, and the surface should not have a ups and downs. It does have any larger relief features to change its characters. Clear? It should be a plain. It's an ocean. It should have a similar temperature ocean. It may be a warm water. It's warm water. Cold, it will be cold. Any one. There is no mix up of temperatures. Number one. If you come to the land, it should be a homogeneous surface, almost large plain land without having undulating topography to change its temperature. These are two conditions. What are the conditions? Number one, it must be, if it is an ocean, it must be similar in similar temperature condition. Okay, similar temperature condition. Warm is warm, cold is will be cold. Any one temperature condition should prevail over it. If it is a continent, it should be a homogeneous relief feature. It's called as a homogeneous relief feature, without having undulating topography, which influences the temperature. Suppose there is mountain irundhuna, temperature break out. So we cannot have a uniform structure. Break out. So இன்னொரு மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஆமாம், ஓஷன்லி ஃபார்ம் ஆகும், லேண்ட்லி ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். ஓஷன் உங்களுக்கு ரிலீஃப் ஃபியூச்சர் கிடையாதுல்ல, ஓஷன் ஃப்ளாட்டாக தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ இட் வில் பி ஹோமோஜினியஸ் சர்ஃபேஸ் தான். ஆனால் அங்கே இருக்க டிஃப்ரென்ஸு டெம்பரேச்சர் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் தான் இருக்கும். தட்ஸ் வை தேர் ஒன்லி எனி டெம்பரேச்சர் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ். பட் லேண்டர் வந்தீங்கன்னா மவுண்டன்ஸ் பிளேன்ஸ் இருக்கும். தட்ஸ் வை இஸ் a homogeneous surface without any undulating topography. இருக்காது, அவ்வளோதான். இட் ஷுட் பி a plain vast plain லேண்டாக இருந்தால் மட்டும் தான் என்ன இருக்கும், நம்மளுக்கு ஏர் மாசஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆகும். அதர்வைஸ் ஏர் மாஸ் ஃபார்ம் ஆகாது. கிளியரா? அண்ட் இட் மஸ்ட் நாட் ஹேவ் எனி vast stretch of intense vegetation system. இது மாதிரி அமேசான் ஃபாரஸ்ட் மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஏன்? இட்ஸ் highly unstable surface, unstable atmospheric conditions. Continuously air mass rises and brings rainfall, rises and brings rainfall. And the third important condition, it should be calm enough. It should be calm enough. Why it should be calm enough? When air molecules moves over the land or maybe in ocean water, it stays for a longer period to acquire the character from the surface. Then and all air molecules for 2000 kilometers stays for a longer period in the calm over ocean region or land, then the entire heat energy or character will transfer to the entire molecule, then they become air masses. If you have a turbulent weather, then the air molecules are moving and going and coming and rising and subsidence, it's not possible to have an air masses. Because continuously moving air mass doesn't acquire any character, it always changing it. So it should be a calm and stable atmospheric region, even maybe an ocean or maybe a land. Calm, stable atmosphere. Okay, for longer period. Sir, ஒரு 3 hours இருந்தால் போதுமா? அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. It should be a longer, it may be a 10 days or 15 days. It should stay for a longer period, then only the transformation will happen. Air molecules will turn into air masses. That's why it's not possible to have air masses throughout the globe. There are some peculiar places only we get air masses. Okay. If any region, it has all these 3 characters, it may be ocean or maybe a lander, and have a homogeneous surface without having undulating topography and a calm, stable possibility. This region is considered to be as source region. This is called as source region of air masses. Source region of air masses. Okay, okay, now take your atlas, and okay, find out the places. Take a world physical map and find out the places. What are the places possible? The regions are possible to become a source region. சொல்லுங்க. Great Plains எங்க இருக்கு? Okay, Great Plains North America. Siberia. Someone said Sahara Desert. Okay, Sahara Desert. Okay, someone said North European plain. Then, okay, oceans விட்டுருங்க, அது எல்லா பக்கம் வந்துடும். Okay, Western Australia. Okay, Western Australia completely is almost flat land. Then where it is possible? No. அதெல்லாம் அது cannot be called as an air masses. அதெல்லாம் air mass அல்ல, air block. Greenland. Okay, அந்த Greenland. அது ஹைலேண்ட் இங்கிலீஷ் சொல்லிட்டீங்களே. Antarctica. Okay, Antarctica. Right? Antarctica. So these are the places on the land. Exact சொல்லிட்டீங்க, perfectly you have named it. So only all these places on the land is possible to have. இல்லைங்க, third desert ஏன் அரேபியாலே வராது, எப்படி third desertல வரும்? The area is smaller, no? I am expecting in such way that it should be like a big, maybe around 3,000, 2,000 kilometers of stretch. அது எல்லாமே சைபீரியாவில் கனெக்ட் ஆகிடும். That the entire Central Asia will connect with Siberian air mass, single air mass convert ஆகிடும். Okay, but go to the oceans. Arctic Ocean is there. Okay, and exactly here Northern Atlantic. Okay, here also we have Northern Atlantic, Southern Atlantic, South Indian Ocean, Northern Pacific, Southern Pacific. Okay, so all these areas are possible to have air masses.